go. I'm gonna walk you up, show you what we're looking at. We finally got this gigantic dirt pile moved away so you can see the front of the building now without having a mountain in front of it. So the front of this building, I'm not too wild about with these two windows right here, but it was out of functionality that we had to do that because that's gonna be the exam room, the intake room. And there's cabinets and banks of cages in there, so we couldn't put big windows in here. But my idea for this wall right here, in this big blank space right here, is I think I'm gonna have a big sign made that's like the logo and the name of the rescue to make it look like we planned it that way instead of it just being that way. I think that will make it look better. The rest of it will fix with landscaping and shrubs and things like that. But here we go inside. The floor is covered right now because the guys have come in to do the polished concrete. So what's going on under there, I don't know, but I'm gonna trape lightly in here. So this is the exam room in here. This is the adoption/greeting room. Right here on the middle of this floor, a logo is gonna be put in, kind of like the Lone Star Dog Ranch, but it's gonna be the logo for the rescue that will go in the middle of this floor. Back over here this is the exam room, the intake room that has its own door from outside so that we can bring them straight in from wherever they came from, and this will bathe them in here and get a good look at them and do all the things that we do. This, going this way, takes us into a kitchen. We had a little question the last time about washer and dryer. Obviously I didn't point that out to you guys, but washer and dryer goes right here. So the kitchen is pretty small, but the big washer and dryer will all sit right here, so we'll have easy access to washing all the stuff that we need to wash. And this big area here is where all the dens go. I can't remember how many offhand that goes in here. And then coming down here goes into the storage room. Everything actually looks bigger in here now with the walls up than it did when it was open. So we're all pretty pleased with that because it felt like it might be small when it was all naked and didn't have any clothes on. And then coming down this hallway here takes you to the outside, and off to the left is the isolation room that we will utilize. You know, one of the things, I'm going to talk about this a little bit right here, one of the things that Laura really wants to do, and we've talked about doing and would like to do, is do a shelter run and go in there and pick ourselves out, 10 or 12 shelter dogs. But the limitations that we have on that right now is that shelter dogs always have to go into isolation because they're subjected to so many illnesses in the shelters and almost always come out with upper respiratory infections. So it's a risk for us to have them at the ranch with my clients' dogs, and one of the other reasons why we've opted for building a building. But the beauty of that is with this room right here, it's a game changer. We can, go pull out shelter dogs and bring them straight here, and this is their quarters. This is where they'll be. They will have their own space for the 2 weeks of incubation that it takes for upper respiratory infection to come through and see if they get sick or if they don't get sick. But they're going to get the same kind of care as all the other dogs, but they just have their own place to be. So it gives us other options on things to do. My heart is with mill dogs, and Laura's heart is with shelter dogs. So we try to go back and forth with things that mean a lot to us, and we try to honor everybody's wishes on what it is that they would like to rescue, and that's what that room right there will change for us. So I just wanted to get that heads up to you. I'm gonna peek at this floor a little bit right here because this isn't taped. Oh, you can't see it so much, but it's a real soft, polished concrete, like they have on the floors of Walmart, so that if a dog pees on it, it won't go in. It'll just beat up. Here we are out here to the back, which they did some dirt work out here over on this side, which is where Julie's house will go, as they distributed this dirt all over the place. And we can now see where Julie's house will sit. Once this building is done, Julie's house will come out here. But we got a lot of landscaping work to do out here because obviously this all out here will be mud in the rain, and we don't want that. So I'm thinking we will probably hydro seed out here to just get some Bermuda going real quick. And the yards for the dogs, they're going to be DG like they are at the ranch, because yards with dogs living on them, peeing on them, grass, it just doesn't hold up. We've learned that over the years. So it'll be DG, and the other beauty of DG is I can bleach it if you have something that you don't want living out there. This is the camera up here that Wes has set up. We'll go get ourselves on film a little bit. That's just running and shooting every 10 seconds, I think it is. And then you can look at the back half right here. Obviously, it's not painted yet. This is just hardy board, so I showed you the colors the other day, but this is what we're looking at. Tomorrow we're having a big powwow with all of us, gonna come out here and put our heads together on getting the designs of the yards, where the gates are gonna go, where the fences are gonna go, and how we're gonna pull this all together, because we have to get the fencing ordered. We're gonna use the same kind of wrought iron fencing that we have at the ranch, and Kirk has to get that order placed pretty far in advance in order to get it in time. But you know, my goal is to have this stuff done by the end of October. I may be jinxing myself, but that's my goal. Because right now, these guys they're pretty much done with most of the outside, other than painting and the brickwork that will go on the front. And then we're moving on to electrical and insulation and finishing the plumbing and the finishes. And I would like to ideally be working out here in the yards and the landscaping at the same time, and get this project finished so that the people who are coming to the gala and have tickets to come see this building for the first time will see a finished building, and we can get Julie into her house. So looking out at the temp trailer over there, you can see that once we're finished over here on this side, all of that will be removed. Everything will be gone, and it'll just be open pasture, so you can look all the way down the drive. And now that we're opened up here, I'm standing at the front door. You can see beyond this tree that it looks at the gate to the Lone Star Dog Ranch. That's the gate. And this driveway here that comes up to the front door, like I said, I'm going to try to incorporate it into a circular drive with a big tree in the middle about here, where we will have the memorial garden, and all of our lost souls will forever be honored there with a little rock with their own name on it for the rest of time. So it's a beautiful spot. It's just a beautiful thing. And I want you guys to see it and enjoy it and take part in it. And this is where we are today.